Hello, and welcome to This Is The Season podcast. I've just come back from Spain, got off the plane. Man United were 1-0 down to Hull City. Then we were 2-0 down.
Everybody's favourite team to be relegated. Everyone, when they've done the predictions, everyone's banging Hull. When we looked at the fixtures, you were absolutely purring over your the start that you could potentially have with the teams that you've got. I actually, honestly, there's a lot to be said about playing the newly promoted teams within the first 2 games of the season. They're really, really up for it. They're really up for the first home game back in the Premier League. And this is the first time in their history in the Premier League that they've beaten United.
Now, I want to go back to a Leicester thing here. Nobody knew how they played, so they won the league. I think it's not. I mean, I'm not saying Hull City going to win the league. I think last time they were up, Phil Brown at Christmas, and they beat an Arsenal or whatever, and they're like hanging around the top spot around Christmas time. And Phil Brown's doing this interview going, I think I'm going to have to buy some world class players because we're in the Champions League, and then got relegated, didn't they? So
Hull, to be fair, right? Everybody says maybe you need to win 10 games to stay in the league. They've just won that. They've got Coventry City next away at Coventry. They get 2 early wins on the board. That's amazing for Hull.
All right. It's not the Hull City podcast, is it? I got my mate, who's a stadium announcer there, my mate Steve Jordan, I've known for years. And he went, just in case you need me, I'll do a match report for you afterwards, just in case we do you. And I'm like, yeah, mate, don't worry about that.
He's not stopped ringing. I've seen your phone. Your phone's hot. He's trying to get on the podcast. Right, listen, let's talk about United. Let's talk about your...
Do you know what? I prefer not to.
Let's talk about your feelings after that loss, the opening game of the season, 2-0 to Hull City.
They looked like they had played together for years, Hull City. McBurney looked phenomenal. And people laughed about him coming into Hull City, and he was phenomenal. The goalkeeper, never heard of him. Not a clue who he is. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
The positives from Man United.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
I mean, the 2 lads, Andre Santos and Yuri Tielemans, started for us.
Yeah.
They both came off. Shea Lacey came on. You know, I said he was going to be a star.
Yeah. Just
got to wait a little while. Look, it's the first game of the season. Now, bearing in mind, you've had your first game of the season already as a City fan. It's not friendly. No, it's not friendly. The Community Shield is not a friendly. And watching that last week in a bar in Spain, Maresca was there going, we don't mention the word friendly. Arteta was, we don't mention the word friendly. Every City fan straight away after that goes, it was a friendly. Who put on the worst performance? Was it Manchester United today against Hull, or was it you against Arsenal?
When it matters, surely today matters. It's the start of the Prem, and you've just lost away to the team that everybody's predicting to get relegated by Christmas. It's a shocking result for Michael Carrick. And do you know what? We knew this was going to happen. Your transfer window has been pretty shambolic, to be honest with you. And the only good thing about losing with 2 weeks left of the transfer window is that now hopefully they'll back Carrick and bring some more bodies in, because you clearly need him.
Andre Santos. I mean, I'm not going to be one of those, but look at his stats when he came off the bench or when he started for Chelsea. He didn't start a lot, didn't play a lot. He's top. He's really good. Forget today's game. Yuri Tielemans, right? Absolute stalwart. Leicester, Villa, brilliant. Our mate Russ, gutted. Massive Villa fan when he was going. And we've got Justin Bieber coming in. Carlos Baleba.
Yeah.
Now, they wanted 120, 130 million for him last season, and he had a season to forget. So we've gone in there and got it for 70. That's what we've got so far. We need a left back. We need a defender, central defender. We could do with a right back, and we could do with a striker.
You probably need a player in every position.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting to that, but we got the 3 midfielders. Not maybe the ones he didn't want, but we got 3 midfielders, which is better than nothing. Because I thought that was done after we got Santos and Tielemans, but we ended up getting Baleba as well. So he's coming in. He's injured, by the way.
Don't forget as well, your next fixture is Ipswich, right? Now, that could be another tough game.
Have you seen how much money they've spent?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be on the pitch, aren't they? Going, sorry, what's your name again? Where do you play? What position do you play? They're having a real go at this. Can I ask you before we move on to the shambles of City? If you were a United fan...
Right. Oh, what a horrible feeling.
If you were a United fan, Galatasaray, desperate for Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. And
we need a striker. Would you give them Bruno Fernandes, we get Victor Osimhen, and pay him maybe 50, 60 mil, or give him Xerxes as well?
It's a tough one because...
He took Bruno off today.
He's your best player.
He won today.
Listen, at the end, the only thing I'd say in your defence, and potentially in a lot of teams' defence, is it takes a few weeks after a World Cup. When you've got a tournament in the summer, it's always a bit of a false start. Although, you know, Arsenal played the other night, again, against Coventry, a dream start for them, but they look good. They looked really good in the Charity Shield.
Community Shield, we can't call it Charity Shield anymore.
If they get a striker, an Alvarez up top, then I don't think anyone is coming close to them. I think they're winning the league easily if they sign a world-class striker. The only position that they're a little bit weaker in is up top.
Yeah, 100% agree, but he started Kai Havertz over Gyökeres again. He scores, as he did in the Community Shield. But they're doing what City used to do and what United used to do. So Saliba's out for a while. So they go in there and get Konza.
The thing is, when you've got such a good squad, and let's be honest, they've got the best squad in the league at the minute. It's an amazing position to be in. City were in this position for years and years. And all you had to do, every transfer window, was bring in 1, 2, maybe 2 players. And every player that came in was good enough to potentially get into the team. And that's the stage that Arsenal are at
but this is United, though, from back in the day, isn't it?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You're sitting there and you've got your Rooney, Berbatov, Tevez.
Yeah.
You know...
you've got 2, 3 players in every position.
Yeah. And then transfer window comes and they get more. So I get it totally. Right, talk about that's United finish now. Let's talk about the Community Shield.
When you come back from a pre-season tour in the Far East as well.
No, don't. Are you really?
No, I'm just going to say, I understand why the clubs go over there. Obviously, it's a money maker. You sell a load of shirts. Amazing.
But that's where they make them.
Amazing.
Why you sell a load of shirts out there? They're making them for 40p.
Amazing fans out there, like absolutely incredible, like so passionate. And I get all that. I get everything, but hardly any of our, half the squad went over there. When we played against Arsenal, he's not seen these players before. They're all new to Maresca. So he started a few players that played their first minutes of the season. So, of course, you want to win the Community Shield. But, I don't think it's absolute panic stations. I do think that it was a bit of a reality check for a few of us. I think a lot of fans are watching that game and... You're still thinking you're watching a Pep Guardiola team. You're not. It's Maresca. I think what they need to do, they need to back Maresca. A lot of people now are getting very, a lot of fans, fans they've got the right to think whatever they want. But my opinion is that a lot of all these players that are going, bar Rodri, are players that weren't getting the game time at City. So they're unhappy and they get an opportunity to play first team football. And they're the players, the fringe players that are going out. So I don't think it's major panic stations. We do need a few buys. The Rodri one is massive. And on the last podcast, I literally said, if Rodri stays at City, we win the league. If he doesn't, we don't win the league, depending on his replacement. He's that good. He's the best player in his position in the world, and just that signing alone, I know they've got some amazing players already, Barcelona, but I think that signing makes them the favourites for the Champions League as well. I know Real Madrid are going to be strong as well, but Rodri is that good. He's almost irreplaceable, and to lose Pep, and then to lose obviously Bernardo, John Stones, and then lose Rodri, it's these players are absolute legends of the club. That they are going to be hard to replace.
Hasn't Savinho and Marmoush, are they going to Spurs?
That's what I'm saying to you. So the fringe players that aren't getting the minutes, that are upset and frustrated because they're not getting the game time. Maresca made it quite clear in his press conference ahead of City's first game. And he was asked that very question. He's like, look, it's simple. These players that are leaving, they're the fringe players that we would love to keep. But you've got to want players to play for the club. If they don't, then, unfortunately, it's time to leave.
I mean, in all the deals that City have done over the years, or, whether it be through the books or not through the books.
All right.
Yeah, right. I'm not starting on that one again.
Okay. Because it is getting boring.
It is getting boring. Somebody, somewhere, 80 million quid for Savinho.
Unbelievable.
I mean, the same price as Harry Maguire, by the way.
Yeah.
80 million quid. That is brilliant business. What baby reindeer? He's gone. He started off like he was going to be decent, and do you know what really pisses me off though? Is when these young players with a bit of talent go off to Saudi at a young
See, the
age.
Reinders one for me was a bit of a weird one. I know a lot of City fans,
and you made a profit.
It's good business, but a lot of City fans are like kind of. It really does split opinions, this one, because first season you come back, your second season, a lot of the time players that come from another league really hit the ground running in that second season. And I was a bit of a Reinders fan. He was very frustrating. He created a lot of chances. He could have scored more goals. This season, had he stayed, he might have got his chance.
What if the Viking gets injured? So Erling Haaland breaks his leg. First game of the season, breaks his leg.
That's not even saying.
No, transfer window. No, but it's transfer window done.
City will sign. I don't know who, but City will sign a striker before the end. Of course they will. There must be. The reason why Marmoush, in my opinion, hasn't even gone yet is because they won't let him go until they've got a replacement. So now they've obviously got an agreement with Spurs. Spurs have got an agreement with a player. It's all ready to go. But Marmoush doesn't leave City like today, tomorrow, until City have got a replacement. They're not stupid.
But then you've got to put on paper. You've got to go. Would you like to be the backup striker to Haaland?
Yeah. Would you like to learn off the best player in the world and play potentially alongside or train every day with Erling Haaland? I think there's a hell of a lot of strikers out there that would love to play for Man City with. Let's get it right. Look. If you look through the squad, there's loads of world-class players in there. It'd be a dream to play for Manchester City.
Oh God!
Come on, mate.
But I'm not arguing with you. I'm really not arguing with you, right? Maresca looked broken after that Community Shield.
I don't think he did. I think
he looked out of his depth. Number one trend in the world that day was Timu Pep.
All right. Well, listen. They do need to back Maresca. If Maresca wants Enzo Fernandez,
okay. Well, 120 million.
For example, if they wanted him and City thought they were getting him for cheaper, but City weren't going to sign Enzo Fernandez until the Rodri deal was done.
Right.
So you don't set a deadline and say, right, by this stage, otherwise the player's going up. The only thing I will admit now is that it's blatantly obvious that City need a player in that position. So you are going to end up paying probably an extra 20 million quid.
Okay, but is he your player? I like Enzo Fernandez. He's a different player though to
the thing is
Rodri.
Right. This is the thing. We're talking now about a Maresca team, right? Not a Pep team. My point is,
I thought, but
we have to put. No. Let me make the point though. First, we have to put our trust into our manager, Maresca. He is our manager. If he wants a certain player to play the way he wants to play, and he obviously clearly likes Enzo Fernandez, he clearly feels that with him in his starting 11, City are going to play better football. So with that logic, that's why I think we should go out and get him.
But you're so contradicting yourself here.
Why?
Because Maresca, you got Maresca, right?
Yeah.
On his CV, you're going, okay. Who's he married to? Who's he? Right?
Mrs. Maresca.
Mrs. Maresca. So you wanted him because he was Pep. He played the same football as Pep. He's a mini Pep. He does this. He knows the club inside out.
That's not what I said.
No. And then suddenly we've gone for, it's a Maresca team.
He knows the club inside out. He knows the players. He's got a connection. He's got a different way of playing than Pep. Chelsea, when he was in charge at Chelsea.
How did that work for you, by the way, against Arsenal in the Community Shield?
Mate, it was the first minutes that a lot of these players... Elliot Anderson had not played with these players competitively before at all. And can you call it a competitive game? It's the Charity Shield.
You tell me yes or no. Donnarumma was awful in that game.
Donnarumma made an awful mistake.
You've got James Trafford sitting there who's got a 40 million to Leeds. You could have had him next England keeper for next decade and a half or whatever. But you went, oh no, shiny Donnarumma. PSG didn't want.
We all know that he could, he obviously is going to start against Bournemouth tomorrow, and he could end up having an absolute worldie. And then we put all that to bed. Thankfully, yes, he made a mistake. Does it matter? No.
All right, okay.
You know what I mean? He made an absolute tits on that second goal. He was stumbling it all over the place. But he is a class keeper. And I'm more than happy with the decision to keep him and sell Trafford. And like I said on the last podcast, wish Trafford all the best. I think he's an incredible goalkeeper. But like with the other players that are leaving, you can't have unhappy players who want minutes and can't get them.
Okay, because you are the PR machine for Man City and everything they do is fantastic and all of this. Would you have let Rodri go? Would you not have let him go on a free next season?
Yeah.
Are you so desperate for this 80 million?
No.
What would you get from him? 65 or whatever?
Ideally, I would have loved to have kept him. I think that I've already said that if we kept Rodri, we win the league.
So therefore, you are Maresca. You are in charge. You don't let him go.
Rodri wanted to leave. If a player...
He's got a contract.
It doesn't matter because you don't keep unhappy players. If he's not giving 100%, I'm not saying he wouldn't have done, by the way.
Oh,
he's made it completely clear that he wanted to leave the club. He's Spanish. He's now playing for one of the biggest teams in Spain. It's his dream as a kid probably to play for Barca or even Real Madrid. But obviously Barca was his absolute choice. Come on, it's common sense. It's the last contract that he's got, right? And he's signed for one of the biggest teams in the world, and that's it. He's been amazing for City, for 7 years.
So would you have let him go? You're the man who makes the decision.
If I could have convinced him to stay, of course I'd have said stay. I think it's a no-brainer to keep Rodri. He didn't want to stay. He didn't want to stay. You don't keep an unhappy player. Bruno is getting offered a job. Your best player is being offered, to Galatasaray.
Galatasaray.
They're going to double his wages.
Yes.
But he wants to stay at United. Otherwise, he would have left.
Yeah, but
Rodri doesn't want to stay at City. He's had an amazing time at City. He's won everything. There's nothing else left for him to win. He's won everything whilst he's been a Manchester City player, including the Ballon d'Or, and now he's gone home. That's the difference.
All right, okay.
Bruno's still got stuff to win.
All right,
he's not won everything, but if he wants to win, he should go to Galatasaray because then he's going to win some trophies.
Yeah. A position that you desperately need.
Well, if Marmoush goes, we need a striker. We need a striker.
But
for me, City we need a right back. I can't understand how we've still not got a right back. By the end of last season, even a couple of months into the season, Nunez made that position his own, and he was one of the best right backs in the league last year. He was fantastic, even though he's not a right back; he was a midfielder. But we need cover. I don't know how anyone can see. Rico Lewis is, he's come up through the ranks. He gives everything when he plays. By all accounts, he's a really nice fella, but I just don't think he's good enough for Man City, unfortunately. And we need a right back. We really do need a right back. It's screaming out. So we need a right back.
Diego Dallo. Oh, 40 million for you today.
Yeah.
Diego Dallo, right back.
Diego do one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, listen, we need a right back. We need a centre midfield. We need a replacement for Savinho. They're on about Alan, this talent over in Brazil. I mean, he looks great on YouTube, but so many players did.
Alan.
It's another one of them. Yeah, Big Al.
Al.
So and then obviously if we need a striker up top as backup for Erling Haaland.
Do you know what I'd love? Just from a football fan's point of view, as opposed to a Man United fan, I'd love you to get someone like Alvarez back or Osimhen. And just see how it goes, because I think that pushes Haaland.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. Alvarez, unfortunately,
you're going to end up. Do you remember when he signed with Wilfred Bonny?
Yeah.
Right, desperate times,
Lovely
whatever.
fellow. It just didn't work out.
Just didn't work out for him, and you're all calling him Boney. Yeah. You've had these players, as we all have, right? I mean, I could see you signing someone like Ivan Toney.
Maybe. Do you know what? Ivan Toney would be a good fit for you or us potentially at City. He's a great backup striker. I think he'd be your main man if you signed Ivan Toney. I don't think that'd be bad business for United, but I'd have him as the number 2 at City.
But he's on ridiculous wages in Saudi.
Yeah.
He's also got the issue, his personal issue that may or may not have happened in the nightclub in London.
Yeah.
He's got that happening as well. So that's hanging over.
Maybe not Ivan Toney though.
Maybe.
No, but do you know what I mean?
Hang on, wasn't there a player who was tagged? Who was it who couldn't play evening games? It was years ago. It was. Do you not remember?
No.
He had to be in by 9 o'clock at night. so he could play like the first half.
Only play Saturdays.
Yeah, he play home games. He could play home games. Yeah, I'll find out who that is, by the way.
Brilliant. Do you know what? Honestly, this is why I'm really excited. It's a new era. I mean, you must be excited as well, even though you've got off to the worst possible start against Hull.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I've just got off a plane, right? I purposely booked the planes on time so that I could, and give it an hour either side, that I'd get home and go and watch Hull versus Man United.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, last night, Arsenal won 3-0. We win 4-5-0, top of the league. It's a screenshot. And I'm coming in here today, just going, whoa, top of the league.
The only people who are screenshotting the league this weekend is Hull. I mean, look at them up there in second. It was a worst possible start for United. I am quietly confident that City will you'll see a much better team. They've been together for an additional week. They've all been playing, getting to know each other. I think you've got a few more minutes in your legs, and I reckon you'll see a different City.
I said United would be second. And you said City would win the league.
I said City would win the league.
I said Arsenal will win the league. I think Arsenal will walk the league.
I hate to agree with you, but I do think
Arsenal they'll walk the league.
I don't know if they'll walk it. I do think they'll...
If Arteta died tomorrow and I was put in there as manager with all those players, I think we still walk the league.
I don't. I think you'd bottle it.
No. you reckon? All right, you give it Harry Redknapp.
Yeah, okay.
You give it.
I know what you're saying. They've got a class squad.
You're looking
you're
down
saying anyone
going,
could do it, but
and that's one of the signs of the season is going to be that. What's the kid from Belgium? But and people talk about the Belgium league being crap and whatever. He's from Club Bruges or Club Brugge, whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
It was something like, was it 20 odd goals last season, 29 assists in 50 games? Solis, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's Solis, but it's not spelt like I was Googling him, and I'm going, how do you spell it? It's spelt
T.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's spelt. Do you know what? I mean, he's looked amazing. He looked great in the Charity Shield.
He started again, and he was great there. But why haven't another club looked at him? Have they just gone, Belgium's a crap league? At the end, but if you're looking at them stats, they're really good. So therefore, secondly, do you not watch the videos? Thirdly, send the scouts out, and fourthly, go, how much do you want for him? How much does he want? I mean, I think he'll be, and it's early to say, Community Shield and the Coventry game. I thought he was standout.
No, he was really good. Like so far, obviously early doors, definitely going to be up there, and he is for one of the signings of the season. But it's early doors yet. You would have thought that he was signed to be potentially a backup.
He was keeping Madueke or Saka out the team. And all right, so where you finishing? Because it's the start of the league. You've got 0 points.
I think Arsenal win it. I think it could be one of two who finish second and third, and I think that is going to be Chelsea and City. I do. I genuinely think Chelsea or City, and I don't know which order. I'll go City second. But it's going to be very tight between the two because Chelsea have only got the Prem. They've got nothing else. They're not in the Champions League. As we saw with you last year, I think that's going to be a real advantage for Chelsea. But I know a lot of not a lot of people are seeing this, but I genuinely think Liverpool have got a good chance of finishing fourth. I do. I think if you had to pick an 11, I think Liverpool have got a better starting 11 than Man United. And I think Liverpool they're still going to do some business in the next couple of weeks. I'll say Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Liverpool. But I think we need to do this again at the end of the transfer window because I think both of us will probably change our opinion in a couple of weeks when Jim White slams it shut.
It's not 1984 again. He doesn't slam it shut anymore. He doesn't wear his yellow tie.
Talk Sport, then.
On Talk Sport, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a wee call here from Savinio is demanding extra wages
That's
at
it.
Spurs. I had Spurs in the top 4.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just
look,
think it's a bit odd. I think that it's a transition season for
they're
them.
going to spend half a billion quid Nige they're going to spend.
Yeah.
And they're overpaying on players. We know that. But this is all the dirty Beyonce money, isn't it?
Yeah. It just depends how well the squad gels. Like if they gel and they don't have the horrendous injuries that they had last year, because they honestly, I mean, what are their medical team doing? Like they literally had so many injuries, and they weren't just like out for a week. It was like 6 months out or out for the season. They had a really, really unlucky year with injuries, but everyone's coming back to full fitness. They've made some brilliant signings, but how quickly will it gel? That's why I don't think that they'll get into the top 4.
All right.
But they're finishing top half.
Okay. Yeah. Good manager. I'd love to, years to come, have a look at the contract of De Zerbi and go, right, you keep us up and you give me £500 million to spend on who I like. Because I'm sure that was the deal. Something along those lines, like, I'll take the job. I'm leaving if we go down.
Yeah.
But if I keep us up, right, I want blah, 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 blah. Van der Ven is injured again. Fantasy football. I put him in on Friday, and he was injured. The big yellow warning came up. Richarlison, he's one that's. I've always said there's a player there.
Solanke as well. I mean, look, if you look at both of those strikers, they're both decent strikers. They've both just fallen off last few years, few seasons. Obviously, they're getting a bit older, but a few seasons ago, if you had Solanke and Richarlison up front, you were getting in Europe, weren't you?
All right, tell me he's relegated.
I think Newcastle are going to have a pretty tough season. I know they've let a lot of players go. To be fair, I don't know anything about the new manager.
To be fair, his wife doesn't.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's tough.
Julio and Jordio.
I think Hull go down. I do think there will be a bit of a surprise, like maybe Crystal Palace, perhaps.
There's so many new managers.
Maybe Fulham go down.
There's a lot. There's
they're going to have a tough
there's a lot of churn. There's loads of new managers. Right? If I said to you, Arsenal win the league, City win the league, Liverpool win the league, there's not a surprise there, is there? At the bottom, I think we're ready for not a Sunderland, because they did really well when they came up. But if you look somebody who's been around for a long time, or a Fulham.
Sunderland had an amazing start to the season last year, right until a couple of months from the end. They were in the Champions League places. They had an amazing season. Unfortunately, they're not going to second season syndrome.
Sorry, love, what's that?
A second season syndrome.
Second season syndrome.
That's going to happen this year. I think they'll be bottom half, but I think they've got too many good players to get relegated. I think they'll be kind of a bit Tottenham last few weeks.
We'll wrap it up.
What about Forest? I mean, Forest as well. How do you think they'll do this year?
I think Forest will be half decent. I think they'll get Europa League.
Okay.
6, maybe.
Right.
Something like that. I think they'll do well this year. As a Man United fan, do you know what my perfect threesome would be to go down?
Go on.
Leeds.
Liverpool and City.
Yeah, Leeds, Liverpool, City.
Right, okay. It's not going to happen.
Right, so you get docked 80 points. You've gone, right? New manager at Liverpool, right? It all falls off. What's your face for?
You're talking
absolute nonsense. Thank you for watching or listening or however you're getting this. Feel free to get involved with our fantasy football as well.
Yes.
I'll put the little code in at the minute there's only me and Nige in there.
Yeah.
So I'll put it out there now if you want to join us in fantasy football. A prize for the winner.
Listen, we'll try and chuck something in for City, something in for United. I don't know if it'll be signed. Can't promise that, but we'll get something. Some giveaways.
I can do it for you.
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't know if there'll be a certificate of authenticity.
Oh, there will be. I can print one of those as well.
Right. Okay.
For you now.
So anyway, listen. Do get involved with that. That's going to be fun. It's the This is the Season league, and if you want to get involved, then that'll be fun. I had a shocker. I totally forgot. We had a conversation because I put, what's the kid called who started for Aston Villa? In the Super. It was, Cup, and he was absolutely
unbelievable. And my mate at Villa said he's £120 million player in 2 seasons, whatever.
Unbelievable player,
and he's crocked.
Yeah, I put him in my team.
Yeah.
You said he's crocked, and there was a big mark next to him, but he's back in September. But I was going to swap him, and Yeah, I forgot.
Who did you put
Arsenal
up front?
played on
If you say Haaland, you're so
I've
predictable.
got Haaland up front.
Is he captain as well?
Captain, yeah. Why not? Haaland, it will be the reason that we qualify in the Champions League
Do
this
you know,
year.
hey,
because
no, you're playing fantasy football wrong. Who was my captain?
Harry Maguire.
Bruno Fernandes.
Ah, okay.
No clean sheet. And he probably got a yellow card as well that I missed. And also came off early.
Yeah, well, there you go. Honestly, another fine mess. I'm going away tomorrow night after the game, yeah. So what we'll do is, we'll do one next week, but I'll be on the phone by the poolside.
I love that one. Transfer deadline day. I'll get the Jim Whites out for you.
100% nips out round the pool.
Thank you for watching. This is the season. Come on, United!
Setse.
This is the season. This is the season. This is the season. This is the season. The world is touching me. This is the season. This is the season. United is done. This is the season.